Hi everyone. Today's story is a good example of how not to treat the people you love. So sit back and enjoy Justice is Coming. Anna came home late from work. Again, the meeting went on too long, then she got stuck in traffic. Now it was already after 9 p.m. She quietly unlocked the door, hoping not to wake Victor. He had to wake up at 6 a.m. to get to the factory by 7. But Victor wasn't sleeping. The hallway light was on, and something smelled like it was frying. "Anechka," Victor called out, running from the kitchen with a big smile, as if he hadn't seen her in a week. "I was waiting and waiting for you." Anna gave him a tired smile as she took off her heels. Her feet hurt after a long day in the office. She worked as a financial analyst at a big company. It paid well, 200,000 rubles a month, but it was exhausting. "I made dinner," Victor said, taking her bag. He'd made fried potatoes and meat patties. "Thank you," Anna said, kissing him on the cheek. "You're doing great." Victor Lomakin had worked as an engineer at a metal plant for 10 years. He earned less, 120,000 rubles, but he refused to leave. "It's stable," he always said when Anna suggested he look for something better. They walked into the kitchen. Anna sighed silently. The dishes were piled in the sink. There was oil splattered on the stove, and the table hadn't been cleaned. But she didn't say anything. He tried, and that mattered. "I have news," Victor said excitedly, bouncing like a kid. She sat down, tired. "Mom called," he said. Anna's stomach tightened. Tamara Ivanovna Lomakina, Victor's mother, was a 50-year-old widow. Everyone in the family talked about her. She acted like royalty, always throwing big family parties to show off. What did she want? Anna asked, picking at the cold potatoes. "We're having a barbecue this weekend," Victor said, pulling out a folded paper. "Mom's inviting everyone to the dacha. Even Uncle Kolya is coming from Pushkin." Anna slowly opened the note. It was a shopping list written in neat handwriting, just like a teacher. Her heart started pounding as she read. Beef tenderloin, 20 kilograms. Red caviar, 1 kilogram. Salmon fillet, 2 kilograms. Dry white Italian wine, 6 bottles. Hennessy cognac, 2 bottles. And the list went on and on. She quickly calculated, around 50,000 rubles, a quarter of her monthly salary. "She said this is our part to bring," Victor said happily, not noticing how Anna's face changed. "After all, you make the most money in the family. And Mom only has her pension." She said, "It won't be hard for Anechka. She's young, has energy, and a good job." Anna put down her fork. She'd lost her appetite. She remembered all the other times. Last year, for Tamara Ivanovna's birthday. "Anechka, bring sturgeon. You know how I love it." It cost 5,000 rubles per kilo, and that was just the beginning. Then New Year's. "Anechka, only French champagne. Don't embarrass me in front of my relatives." 12 bottles. 2,000 rubles each. Then Easter. "Anna, I want the real Easter cake from the monastery. Please go." 3 hours in line. 5,000 rubles for 3 cakes. Every time, it was the same. Tamara, dressed like a queen, getting compliments. "You're such an amazing hostess. Everything tastes amazing. You're the queen of the table." And Anna, always in the kitchen. Washing dishes, serving food, clearing dirty plates. No one even knew who paid for all of it. "No thank you. Just orders." "Anechka, pour more wine." "Why are you so quiet?" Victor looked at her closely. Mom was really happy when she called. She said it's been so long since the whole family got together. Anna looked at him, sweet, innocent Victor. He really didn't understand why she wasn't excited like him. For Victor, his mother was perfect, like a queen who could never be wrong. Since he was a kid, he always did what she said without question. So, he never learned to see how she controlled people. "Vidya, this shopping list is really expensive," Anna said carefully. "It's almost 50,000 rubles." "So what?" Victor looked truly confused. "You earn well. Do you want Mom to spend her small pension instead?" Anna pointed at the list. "Then why is your brother only bringing salads and bread, but we have to buy meat, caviar, and alcohol?" Victor frowned. That wrinkle between his eyebrows always showed up when he got upset. "You know Mikhail has 3 kids," he said. And Svetlana's husband just lost his job. We have a mortgage too, Victor.Anna reminded him. 5 million for 15 years. And your car? It's falling apart. We need to replace it. What, you want to say no to my mother now? Victor raised his voice. She raised me alone after my dad died. Worked night shifts so I could go to college. Anna sighed. She'd heard this story so many times. Anytime someone said something critical about his mom, Victor brought up his childhood struggles and how much his mom had done for him. As if that gave her the right to ask for anything forever. Anna thought back to when she first met Tamara Ivanovna 6 years ago. The woman looked her up and down and asked, "What do you do for a living, dear?" When Anna said she was a financial analyst, Tamara's eyes lit up. "Oh, that's wonderful. Victor needs someone reliable in life." It took Anna a full year to realize what those words really meant. Reliable meant you'll pay for everything. Suddenly, Anna said calmly, "Okay, I'll buy everything." She surprised even herself with how calm she sounded. Victor beamed. The argument was instantly over. "I knew you'd understand. Mommy will be so happy." He hugged her tightly. Anna hugged him back, but inside something snapped. It was like a switch flipped in her head. All her life, she had tried to be the good girl. A perfect student, a hardworking employee, a polite wife, a generous daughter-in-law. Always quiet. Always helpful. And what did she get for it? Exhaustion. An empty bank account. And no one ever said thank you. "I'll go shopping tomorrow," she told her husband with a smile. "My queen," Victor said, kissing her cheek and going off to watch TV. Anna stayed in the kitchen, holding the list. A plan was already forming in her head. Bold, clear, and for once, she felt no guilt. Time to teach them a lesson, she thought as she folded the paper. That night, Anna couldn't sleep. Victor snored beside her while she stared at the ceiling. She remembered how her role in the Lamakin family slowly changed over time. In the first year after their wedding, Tamara Ivanovna was still generous. She invited them over for Sunday dinner, gave them small gifts for the house. But then, like she was testing her daughter-in-law, she began to take more and more. It started small. "Anechka, I saw a lovely vase. But my pension isn't enough. Can I borrow 2,000 rubles just until next month?" Of course, the money was never returned. Then the requests got bigger. "Victor, my TV broke. Anechka can help, right? She earns well." And then came the big family events. Every time, Anna paid for almost everything. But Tamara acted like she was the perfect hostess. Anna was just the quiet one working in the background. "That's enough," Anna whispered to herself as she rolled over in bed. The sun was already rising by the time Anna finally came up with a way to teach her mother-in-law a lesson. It was a risky idea. It could even hurt her relationship with Victor. But she had had enough. No more being the good girl. It was time to fight back. With that thought, she finally fell asleep, and for the first time in a long time, a small smile appeared on her face. The morning was cloudy. Heavy gray clouds hung over the city, and it looked like it would rain. But Anna felt light and free. For once, she felt like she was in control. "You're acting kind of different today," Victor said as he watched her prepare breakfast. "Did you sleep well?" "Wonderful," Anna smiled, pouring coffee. "I decided to take the day off so I can go shopping for your mom's party." Victor smiled proudly. "Great job. Mom will be so happy. I called her last night and told her you were buying everything." She was almost in tears. Anna held back a sarcastic comment and just nodded. She couldn't believe how Victor didn't see what was really going on. His mom wasn't crying because of love, she was happy she'd be throwing a big party with someone else's money. Anna forced a cheerful voice. "I think it's better if we bring all the food on the day of the barbecue, that way everything stays fresh." "But Mom wanted us to start bringing it tomorrow," Victor said with a slight frown. "She wants to prepare everything early." Of course she does, Anna thought. So she can put the fish and caviar in her own fancy bowls and act like she bought it all. "Sweetheart," Anna said, placing her hand on his shoulder. "The caviar and fish need to be super fresh. I'll bring everything Saturday morning by 9. That gives her plenty of time to cook." Victor looked unsure, but didn't argue. He kissed Anna on the cheek and left for work. As soon as he was gone, Anna opened the grocery list and began to make a new one her own. She hadn't really taken the day off. She went to the office like usual because she had to meet her best friend and coworker Marina. Are you serious? Marina nearly choked on her coffee when Anna told her the plan during lunch. Your husband is going to freak out. No, he won't, Anna said calmly, stirring sugar into her drink. Victor's a good man. He just can't see clearly because he worships his mom. But sometimes people need a wake-up call to see the truth. They were sitting in a small cafe near their office. Outside the window, people hurried by, holding umbrellas as it started to rain. But what if the truth comes out at the party? Marina whispered. Can you imagine the scene? What a scandal. Exactly, Anna nodded. Let everyone see the real Tamara Ivanovna. I'm not going to be her unpaid servant for another 10 years. Marina looked at her friend carefully. You've changed, she said. You'd never do something like this before. I used to believe that if I was patient and kind, people would appreciate it, Anna said with a tired smile. But some people see kindness as weakness. The more you give, the more they take. Marina nodded and took out a notebook from her bag. Okay, let's plan this properly. How exactly are you going to pull it off? That evening after work, Anna went to the cheapest supermarket far outside the city. She didn't want to risk running into anyone she knew from her usual store. She bought pink salmon that was on sale, only 3 days from expiring. The color was dull, and it had a bit of a smell, but it was still okay to eat. 5 days in the fridge, Anna thought, and it'll be perfect for the plan. She picked the ugliest pieces she could find. Instead of real red caviar, she grabbed a jar of fake caviar, just 120 rubles. It was bright, cheap, and exactly what she needed. Main ingredients: gelatin, colors, artificial flavors. That's what the cheap caviar was really made of. At the meat section, Anna looked around for a long time before choosing the cheapest cuts. It was tough, bony meat, usually used for soup, not barbecue. Buying this for broth? The older saleswoman asked. For barbecue, Anna replied calmly. The woman raised her eyebrows in surprise, but didn't say anything. Anna picked the cheapest wine she could find, the kind even college students avoid. Instead of real cognac, she bought a cheap cognac-flavored drink made in some unknown factory outside the city. When she left the store, she checked the receipt. 3,820 rubles. Instead of the 50,000 she was supposed to spend. The savings were huge. At home, Anna carefully unpacked her special groceries and got to work. From the closet, she pulled out beautiful packaging from past expensive parties. She placed the cheap pink salmon in a fancy container with a sticker from a luxury store. She poured the fake caviar into an old glass jar from real caviar, left over from last New Year. She portioned the cheap meat into vacuum-sealed bags and stuck on printed labels. Premium farm-raised beef. She didn't bother pouring the cheap alcohol into new bottles. She simply printed fake high-end labels at the office. From a distance, they looked completely real. Once everything was packed and ready, she put it all in the fridge. Then she paused. Doubt crept in. Was this too cruel? Would this destroy her relationship with Victor and his family? But then she remembered. All those years of being taken for granted. The cold stares from her mother-in-law. The nights spent hunched over a calculator, trying to find money for Tamara Ivanovna's next demand. Her anger returned. No, this had to be done. Just then, her phone rang. It was her mother-in-law. Anechka, my dear, came Tamara's sugary voice. Victor told me you're shopping for our holiday today? Yes, Tamara Ivanovna, Anna replied politely. Sweetheart, could you add another jar of black caviar? Uncle Kolya loves it. And maybe a bottle of whiskey for Mikhail. He's gotten into the habit lately. Anna closed her eyes and counted to 10 silently. Of course, Tamara Ivanovna. Anything else? No, everything else is already on the list. You did get the good beef, right? Not that wet, cheap stuff, the kind I like. The very best, Anna said, looking at the bags of scraps, which somehow now looked marbled with just the right fat. My clever girl, Tamara said proudly. I always tell Victor, your Anna is a real treasure. Not like Mikhail's wife, always trying to save money. She buys such nonsense. I'd love to see your face if you saw today's shopping, Anna thought. But out loud, she said, I'm so glad I can help. Everything will be perfect. I'm sure everyone will love the party we prepared. Anna smiled into the phone, though her mother-in-law couldn't see it. See you Saturday, Tamara Ivanovna. The next day at work, Anna couldn't focus. The numbers on her screen looked blurry. Her mind kept drifting back to the upcoming barbecue. After lunch, Marina popped into her office. How are you? Still going through with it? Yes, Anna said firmly. But I'm a little nervous. I've never done anything like this before. It's not exactly the most honest solution. Marina sat on the edge of her desk and gave her a look. Maybe you could have just talked to Victor or your mother-in-law. Anna let out a bitter laugh. I've tried many times, Anna said. But Victor doesn't listen when it comes to his mom. And Tamara Ivanovna, you don't know her. She thinks the whole world revolves around her. She doesn't believe I could have money problems. She thinks I'm too young and successful to struggle. Marina shook her head slowly. Aren't you scared? Victor might not forgive you for embarrassing his mother in front of everyone. I am scared, Anna said honestly. But sometimes I wonder if a man can't see how his mother is using his wife. Is that marriage even worth saving? It was quiet for a moment. Outside, the city was noisy. Someone laughed in another room. Life moved on. But inside Anna, something had changed. She knew tomorrow could change everything. How did Victor react when you didn't bring the groceries today? Marina asked. He called this morning. His mom was upset. But I told him I wanted everything fresh. He seemed okay with it. Marina looked closely at her. You've changed this week. You seem stronger, more confident, like a weight has been lifted. Anna nodded. I've let them use me for too long. Tomorrow, it ends. That evening, when Victor came home, Anna put on a little show. She pulled out fancy shopping bags with expensive logos, ones she had saved from past holidays, and laid them out where he could see. Wow, Victor said when he opened the fridge and saw all the neatly packed containers. You really went all out. Mom will be so happy. I picked the best, Anna said with a smile. I want the party to be perfect. Victor hugged her. For a second, Anna felt a bit guilty. He wasn't a bad man. He just loved his mother too much to see what she was doing. But when she remembered their empty bank account and the huge grocery list for 50,000 rubles, her confidence came back. Are you sure you took tomorrow off? Victor asked. Mom wants you there early to help. Of course, Anna lied. In truth, she planned to arrive just in time, so Tamara wouldn't have a chance to inspect the food too closely. I'll be there by 9 a.m. That night, Anna couldn't sleep. She looked at Victor as he slept. Something told her, after tomorrow, their family life would never be the same. Whether that was good or bad, only time would tell. She finally dozed off just before dawn. Even in her dreams, she saw her mother-in-law's proud face turn to shock when she discovered the fancy-looking food was all fake. The next morning, Anna packed everything into big bags. Her hands shook a little. She still had time to change her mind, buy real food, and keep peace in the family. But that would mean more years of disrespect. She paused, holding the jar of fake caviar. Then she took a deep breath, stuffed it in the bag, and zipped it closed. Sometimes you need to take the hard road, Anna thought. That's how you start respecting yourself. Victor had already left to help his mom set up the barbecue. Anna got in the car, checked the GPS, and drove off. Her mother-in-law's summer house was about 40 minutes from the city. On the way, Anna felt mixed emotions. Part of her wanted to turn back. The other part wanted to go faster, just to get it over with. In the end, determination won. No more humiliation. No more silence. Time to put things in the open. As she neared the summer house area, the sky cleared. It was going to be a sunny, warm day. Perfect for barbecue and for revenge. The village was called Lesnaya Gavin. It was surrounded by trees. At the entrance stood large metal gates with lions, something her mother-in-law had installed last summer. A small luxury, she had called it, which had cost Anna 30,000 rubles from her own savings. As Anna approached the house, she saw several cars already parked outside. That meant the guests had already started arriving. Perfect. It would give her mother-in-law less time to inspect the food. Finally, Tamara Ivanovna came out onto the porch just as Anna parked by the gate. She was wearing a fancy burgundy dress, pearl necklace, and had perfect hair, as if she was meeting royalty. "We've been waiting. Everyone keeps asking where the food is," she said sharply. Anna gave a tight smile while pulling the bags from the trunk. "There were traffic jams, Tamara Ivanovna. And I wanted everything to be extra fresh." Okay, hurry up." The older woman waved her hand. "Guests are hungry. Victor, help your wife." Victor came down from the porch, kissed Anna's cheek, and grabbed the heavy bags. "You should have seen Mom showing off to everyone," he whispered as they walked. "She says the food is going to be amazing." "I'm sure," Anna replied dryly, her nerves growing. The big two-story house was full of people. In the living room, family members were chatting. Uncle Kolya and his wife, cousin Zinaida, Mikhail with his wife and kids, and other relatives Anna only saw on holidays. "Anechka," Tamara Ivanovna said as she snatched the bags from Victor's hands. "I'll unpack them. You go say hi to everyone." Anna almost smiled. Of course her mother-in-law wanted to arrange everything herself, to make it look like she had bought all the expensive food. "As you wish, Tamara Ivanovna," Anna said politely. "Just don't forget to take out the caviar right away so it warms a bit. It tastes better that way." Tamara nodded like an expert and took the bags into the kitchen. Anna watched the door close, then turned to greet the guests. "Anechka," boomed Uncle Kolya, a big man with a thick mustache. "You're looking great. Work not too much for you?" "Thank you, Uncle Kolya. I'm doing okay." Anna smiled and hugged him. "We already had a drink," he winked. "But Tamara keeps saying the real treats are coming soon." Anna walked around greeting everyone. Mikhail, Victor's brother, sat in the corner with a beer. His wife, Svetlana, was holding their baby while their older kids ran around screaming. "How's work?" Svetlana asked. "I heard you got promoted?" "Yes," Anna nodded. "I'm deputy head of the department now." Mikhail looked annoyed when she mentioned her promotion. Svetlana smiled. "Wow, that's amazing. Things are the same for us. Misha still works at the same factory, making next to nothing." "Be quiet," Mikhail muttered, and Svetlana fell silent. Anna felt sorry for her. She wasn't the only daughter-in-law suffering in this family. From the kitchen, they could hear Tamara Ivanovna humming happily. She was probably plating the food, getting ready for compliments. "I'll help you, Mom," Victor called out. No, dear," she replied. "I'll do it myself. It's a surprise." Anna thought, "Oh yes, it'll be a real surprise." Time dragged on. The guests chatted about politics, work, and kids. Anna joined in, but her mind was on what would happen next. What if I made a mistake? What if this all backfires? Finally, the kitchen doors swung open. Tamara Ivanovna walked out with a proud smile. "My dears, please come to the table." Everyone stood and followed her to the porch. A long table was beautifully set, white tablecloth, crystal glasses, silver forks and knives. Tamara loved to show off. In the middle of the table was a big plate of red caviar. Next to it, salmon slices decorated with greens. Salads, appetizers, bottles of alcohol. It all looked impressive, at least from a distance. "Please don't be shy. Enjoy," Tamara said, bustling around proudly. "I tried so hard to make everything perfect for today," Tamara Ivanovna said. Anna sat quietly at the far end of the table, hoping no one would notice her. Her heart was beating so fast, she thought everyone could hear it. "Where's the meat?" Uncle Kolya asked, looking around the table. "Victor is starting the grill," Tamara Ivanovna answered proudly. "For now, enjoy the snacks. I brought the best caviar, real Astrakhan caviar." She took a big spoonful and put it on Uncle Kolya's plate. He nodded and tried it. Anna held her breath. 1 second, 2, then Uncle Kolya's face changed. Slowly, he chewed, then quickly and quietly spit it into a napkin. "Something's wrong," he said. "What do you mean?" Tamara looked worried. She tried the caviar herself and immediately made a face. This isn't real caviar," she muttered, spitting it out too. "Tamara, it's fake," Uncle Kolya said. "Cheap stuff. You don't even put this on a sandwich." The guests began whispering. Zenaida, who had already eaten some, pushed her plate away. Maybe try the fish instead? Tamara tried to keep things under control. The salmon is amazing. Zenaida took a bite but quickly frowned. Tamara, I think this fish isn't fresh. That can't be. Tamara grabbed a piece and smelled it. Her face went pale. I bought the freshest salmon. Tamara Ivanovna, Svetlana interrupted gently. I don't think that's salmon at all. More like old pink salmon, Mikhail added after sniffing his own piece. Tamara's face turned red. She looked at Anna, but Anna sat calmly, not touching anything on the table. Maybe the store tricked me, Tamara mumbled. But it's okay. We still have the meat. Just then, Victor came back from the grill. The coals are ready, Mom. Bring the meat. Yes, right away, Tamara said and rushed to the kitchen. Everyone sat in awkward silence. No one knew what to say. Let's at least have a drink, Uncle Kolya suggested, picking up a bottle of expensive cognac. He took a sip and coughed. What is this? This isn't real fancy. The bottle went around. Everyone who tasted it made a face. Tastes like homemade alcohol with food coloring, Mikhail said. Then Tamara came back with a big tray of skewered meat. Here it is, she announced. Best beef. Special cut. Victor took the tray and walked to the grill. Anna followed him. She wanted to see his face when he noticed. Victor laid the meat on the grill, then looked closer. His face changed. What is this? He asked. Beef, Anna said calmly. Like we agreed. But this is full of bones and tendons. Exactly, Anna nodded. It's all I could afford. Victor looked confused. What are you talking about? You have a good salary. I use it to pay the mortgage, bills, food, clothes, Anna said. And for your mother's endless requests, like she owns my wallet. Victor turned red. So you bought this on purpose? To embarrass her in front of everyone? I bought what I could afford without using a credit card, Anna replied, looking him in the eyes. 50,000 for one party is too much, Vitya. Even for me. You should have just said that. Victor hissed. Not ruined everything like this. I told you many times, Anna said quietly. But you only listened to your mother. Their argument was cut short by Tamara Ivanovna's loud voice. Victor, where's the shashlik? The guests are waiting. I'm coming, Mom, Victor answered and gave Anna a sharp look before turning the meat on the grill. The meat wasn't cooking well. It gave off a bad smell, the fat was dripping into the fire, and the flames were too strong. The meat looked worse by the minute, shrinking, dry, and sad. Anna walked back to the table. The mood there was tense. The guests were whispering and looking around, confused. Tamara Ivanovna tried to act like everything was fine, but her smile looked forced. This wine tastes strange, Zenaida said softly after taking a sip. And the bread is stale, one of the other guests added. Tamara, what's going on? Asked Uncle Kolya. You always had great food, but today everything tastes bad. Tamara Ivanovna was about to answer, but just then Victor came back with a tray full of burnt, black meat. Shashlik is ready, he said without joy. Uncle Kolya picked up a skewer, looked at it from all sides, then put it back. You know what, Toma? I think I'll pass. My stomach isn't what it used to be. His wife agreed quickly. We don't eat much meat anymore. The doctor said not to. Suddenly, Svetlana stood up. The kids are tired. We should go. Thanks for the invitation. One by one, the guests started making excuses to leave. Some had urgent things to do. Others said they weren't feeling well. Within 30 minutes, only Tamara Ivanovna, Victor, and Anna were left. Tamara sat quietly, staring into space. Her hands were shaking. 30 years, she said softly. For 30 years, I've hosted family holidays. Never has it gone this badly. Mom, don't be upset, Victor said, sitting next to her and putting his arm around her. It must have been a problem with the food. Problem with the food? She said, looking up at him with red eyes. Your wife did this on purpose. She bought the cheapest food and pretended it was fancy. Victor looked at Anna, confused. Is that true? Anna looked him in the eyes. Yes, it's true. I bought what I could afford. But why? Victor asked, shocked. Because I'm tired of being treated like a money machine, Anna replied. Her voice was calm, but she felt stronger with every word. I don't want to spend a quarter of my salary just so your mom can show off to relatives. We have a mortgage we can barely pay, and she still wants caviar and fancy wine. You're ungrateful. Tamara shouted. I welcomed you into this family. I loved you like my own daughter. No, you loved my paycheck, Anna cut in. From the start, all you cared about was how much I earned. You always told Victor you married well. Anna makes good money. Tamara gasped in anger. Victor, did you hear that? She's insulting me. Your own mother. Victor looked helplessly between his mother and his wife. Anna, apologize to her, he said finally. You can't speak to her like that. I can, Anna replied. And I won't apologize. Someone needed to say the truth. You ruined everything. Tamara jumped up. You made me look like a fool in front of everyone. Now they'll all gossip about me. Anna didn't flinch. But didn't you always take the credit for the food I paid for? Didn't you brag about your parties with my money? Victor, Tamara turned to her son. If you don't make her stop, I will disown you. The room went quiet. Victor lowered his head, not knowing what to say. 50,000, Vitya, Anna said softly. That's how much your mom's shopping list cost. That's 1/4 of my salary. And we still have to pay our bills and fix your car. Don't turn him against me. Tamara cried. I'm his mother. I gave him everything. And now you expect him to give you everything back, Anna said. And me too. Shut up. Tamara screamed. She grabbed a glass and threw it to the ground. It shattered into pieces. You ruined my party, Tamara Ivanovna said. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. Now they'll all think I'm greedy and a liar. Anna looked at her calmly. But isn't that true? Tamara Ivanovna burst into tears and ran upstairs, slamming the door and locking herself in her bedroom. Victor and Anna were left alone, sitting at a messy table full of untouched food and broken dishes. Why did you do this? Victor finally asked in a quiet voice. Because otherwise, you would never see how your mother takes advantage of us, Anna said. She's been doing this for years, Vitya. And each time she wants more. You could have just said no, Victor said, shaking his head. Told her we didn't have enough money. I did. Many times. Didn't you hear me? Victor stayed quiet, staring at the ruined table. Then he said, You betrayed my mother. And you betrayed me, Anna replied. Every time you let your mom treat us like her bank. Every time you ignored her manipulation. Every time you chose her wants over our needs. Victor looked at her with tired eyes. We'll talk at home. Right now, I need to take care of my mother. She's very upset. Anna nodded. Victor added, Take my car and go home. I'll stay here tonight. Mom shouldn't be alone like this. As you wish, Anna said. She stood up and walked toward the door. At the exit, she paused. You know, I haven't felt this free in a long time. Victor didn't say anything. Anna left, closing the door quietly behind her. She got into the car and looked back at the house. A light was on upstairs. Victor was probably trying to comfort his crying mother. Well, she thought, starting the engine. Time to stop being the good girl and start being myself. She drove away from the house without looking back. The road ahead was uncertain, but for the first time, she wasn't afraid. Free from the pressure and constant demands, she finally realized how heavy that burden had been. Tamara Ivanovna had lost face in front of her relatives. Her image as the perfect hostess was gone. Maybe it would teach her to be more humble, or maybe not. But Anna no longer cared. It wasn't her problem anymore. As for Victor, only time would tell. Would he finally grow up and stop living in his mother's shadow? Or would he stay the same obedient son who let his own family suffer? Anna turned on the radio. The music sounded better than it had in years. The road home didn't feel so long. That night, Anna walked into the apartment alone. It was strange being home, truly alone. Victor had stayed with his mother again. As always, his loyalty belonged to Tamara Ivanovna. Anna turned on the lights, dropped her keys on the table, and went into the kitchen. Her eyes stopped on the calendar. In 2 days, the mortgage was due, 35,000 rubles. Another 15,000 for utilities. Every month, over 100,000 rubles went just to cover basic costs. And still, her mother-in-law thought it was normal to ask for 50,000 just for a party. Anna poured herself tea and sat quietly. Her phone stayed silent. No messages from Victor. He was probably too busy comforting his mother to care how Anna got home. Maybe I was too harsh, she thought for a second. But then shook her head. No. Being soft never worked. I tried to talk, no one listened. I gave hints, they ignored me. Sometimes, only a big blow makes people pay attention. Suddenly her phone buzzed. It was her friend Marina. So, how did it go? Marina asked. Anna let out a short laugh. A complete disaster for my mother-in-law. She told her friend everything. And with each word, she felt lighter, like she'd finally dropped a huge backpack she'd been carrying for years. Wow, Marina said. So where's Victor now? At the dacha. Taking care of his mother. And how are you? Anna thought for a moment. Honestly? I feel free. Like I can finally breathe. Yes, maybe there will be fights, even a divorce. But I'm not scared anymore. You know your mother-in-law is going to hate you now, right? Marina warned. She never loved me, Anna said with a laugh. She only kept me around for my paycheck, like I was her personal credit card. After the call, Anna stood by the window for a long time, looking at the night city. Lights in the buildings, people walking, a few cars passing. Everyone was carrying their own weight. Everyone was fighting their own battles. And now, so was she on her own terms. Only now did Anna truly understand how toxic her relationship with her mother-in-law had been and how blind Victor was to it. Her phone rang again. This time, it was Victor. Anna took a deep breath and answered. Do you even know what you've done? Victor's voice was quiet, but full of anger. Mom is hysterical. They had to call an ambulance. Her blood pressure shot up to 200. Anna closed her eyes. Of course. Tamara Ivanovna couldn't let the drama end quietly. She had to go all the way. I'm sorry she feels bad, Anna said calmly. But maybe this will make her think about how she acts. Think about her behavior? Victor snapped. You embarrassed her in front of everyone. You served spoiled food. Uncle Kolya just called. He has stomach problems now. Do you understand what you've done? Victor, Anna said, trying to keep her voice steady. I bought cheaper food, yes. But not spoiled. If Uncle Kolya's stomach hurts, it's probably from all the alcohol he drank before I arrived. You always deny everything, Victor growled. A loud sound came from the phone, like he hit the table. Mom's right, you never loved this family. No, Vidya, Anna said quietly. I did love you. Very much. But it wasn't enough, because you always chose your mother over me. There was silence on the line. Then Victor said, you know what? Stay home alone for now. I need to think. And I can't leave Mom like this. Of course, Anna answered. Stay as long as you need. She hung up and stared at the blank screen. Inside, she felt empty. But not in a painful way. It was more like a quiet relief, like something rotten had finally been cut away. Anna went to bed earlier than usual, but she couldn't sleep. Her mind kept spinning, remembering the guests, the shock on her mother-in-law's face, and the confused look in Victor's eyes. What would happen now? Could their marriage survive this? And, more importantly, did she want it to? That question surprised her. Before, even thinking about divorce felt wrong. Family always came first. Be patient. Adapt. But now, with the fear gone, Anna realized something powerful. She had the right to choose who she lived with and how she lived. In the morning, the doorbell rang. It was only 7 a.m. An unknown number was on the screen. Hello, Anna? A woman's voice said. It was Svetlana, Mikhail's wife. She sounded nervous. Sorry for calling so early. I just wanted to talk. Did something happen? Anna sat up quickly. Well, yes and no, Svetlana said, stumbling over her words. After yesterday, Mikhail is really mad. Everyone is mad. They say you embarrassed Tamara Ivanovna on purpose. I understand, Anna said calmly. I expected that. But... Svetlana lowered her voice. I get it, Anna. I really do. Tamara Ivanovna is always asking us for money too. Misha keeps giving in, even though we're barely getting by with 3 kids. I would never have the courage to do what you did. Anna didn't know what to say. I'm calling to tell you, hang in there. You're not alone. I can't support you openly, Misha would kill me, but you did what I only dreamed of doing. Thank you, Anna said softly, truly touched. I have to go, he'll wake up soon. Take care of yourself, Svetlana said and hung up. Anna sat for a long time thinking. So she wasn't the only one suffering from Tamara Ivanovna's demands. That made sense. People like her mother-in-law rarely stop with just one person. The day passed slowly. Victor didn't call. Anna kept herself busy doing laundry, mopping the floors, even cleaning the fridge, something she usually never had time for. In the evening, the doorbell rang again. Anna froze. She wasn't expecting anyone. Looking through the peephole, she saw Victor. He looked exhausted. His face was pale, and there were dark circles under his eyes. Can I come in? He asked in a flat voice. Of course. It's your home too, Anna said and stepped aside. Victor walked into the living room and sat on the couch. He was silent for a while, then looked at her and said, Mom wants me to divorce you. Anna nodded. She had expected that. And what about you? She asked. Victor rubbed his face. I don't know, Anya. My mom, she's the closest person to me. She raised me alone, gave up everything. I know that story, Vitya, Anna said gently. You've told it so many times. But it doesn't give her the right to control our lives and take our money. She didn't. 50,000 rubles for party food? Anna interrupted. That's a quarter of my salary. Considering we have a mortgage and so many other bills, this is just the latest thing, Anna said. And what about before? A new TV, fixing the dacha, a fur coat for her birthday. Do you ever stop to count how much we spend? Victor frowned. That's petty. It's not petty, Anna replied, shaking her head. It's called surviving. Something your mother clearly doesn't understand. Victor suddenly stood up, his face angry. Don't you dare talk about my mother like that. She sacrificed everything for me. She saved, she gave things up, Anna said calmly. And now she's trying to make up for it using our money. Mostly mine, actually, because your salary only covers half the mortgage. That hit Victor hard. Anna saw it and instantly regretted saying it. Money had always been a sensitive topic for him. So that's how you see me? He asked quietly. You think I'm a failure? No, Vitya, Anna said gently, stepping closer. I think you're a good man. You're just stuck between a controlling mother and a wife who's trying to protect her own limits. And I get it, it's hard for you to choose. Victor looked down, his shoulders slumped. Uncle Kolya said yesterday that Mom has always been demanding, he admitted. When I was younger, even Dad used to complain about her spending too much. But I didn't want to see it. I thought, if I just loved her enough, I could make up for everything she went through. I understand, Anna said softly, putting her hand on his shoulder. But you can't fix her past. And you shouldn't ruin our present to make her happy. Victor looked up at her, pain and confusion in his eyes. Mom said she'll never forgive you. That you humiliated her on purpose in front of the whole family. And what do you think? Anna asked quietly. Victor stayed silent for a long time. Then finally said, I think you were right about the money. 50,000 is way too much. But you didn't have to make a scene. You could have just said no. I did try to say no before, Anna reminded him. Every time I did, you said, come on, it doesn't cost you much. You make good money. My mom will be upset. Victor lowered his head. He couldn't argue with that. And still, he said after a pause, I can't leave my mom alone. She's really not doing well. The doctor says she needs rest and care. Of course, Anna nodded. You should be with her. You understand? Victor seemed surprised. I understand that you love your mother, Vidya. That's normal. I'm just asking you to understand my side too. I can't be the family's money source anymore. Victor stood up and paced the room. I need time, he said. I need to think, and I need to talk to her, explain things. Of course, Anna said again. Take all the time you need. Victor looked at his watch. I should go. Mom's alone. What if she gets worse? Send her my regards, Anna said calmly, though she knew he wouldn't. Victor left. Anna stood in the quiet apartment, feeling a strange mix of sadness and calm. Something deep inside told her this wasn't the end of the fight, just the beginning of a long, painful journey. Would their marriage survive it? Would Victor ever be able to truly support her, even if it meant going against his mother? Anna doubted it. His loyalty to Tamara Ivanovna ran too deep. For years, she had shaped him, made him emotionally dependent on her. Breaking free from that wouldn't be easy. But Anna had already made her choice. No more giving in. No more sacrificing her peace for someone else's comfort. If Victor chose his mother, that was his decision. But Anna was done living by someone else's rules. A week passed. Victor never came home. He only called sometimes to say he was staying with his mom. Her condition, he said, was still serious. High blood pressure, heart problems. Anna didn't comment. But deep down, she suspected most of it was an excuse to keep him there. Then on Friday evening, an unexpected call came. "Anna? It's Zenaida, Victor's aunt," a hesitant voice said. "Could we meet? We need to talk." "About what?" Anna asked carefully. "About Tamara and Victor." "It's important," Zenaida said. She gave the name of a small cafe in the city center. Anna hesitated. Was this a trap? Would the whole Lomakin family be waiting to gang up on her? But curiosity got the better of her. The cafe was small and cozy, nearly empty. Zenaida was already sitting in the corner with an elderly man Anna didn't recognize at first. Uncle Kolya, she realized as she got closer. "Thanks for coming," Zenaida said nervously. "Please sit down." Anna sat, her guard up, ready for anything. Uncle Kolya didn't waste time. "Let's get straight to the point. What happened at the barbecue was unpleasant, but maybe it was needed." Anna raised her eyebrows in surprise. "Tamara has always been difficult," Uncle Kolya said. "Even back in school, she loved being the center of attention. She always wanted praise. My brother, her husband, suffered a lot," he went on. "She always wanted something new. If he didn't buy her things, she would cause a scene. After he died, she put all her expectations on Victor. We've watched her control him for years," added Zenaida. "She always makes him feel like he owes her everything. I gave you my life. I sacrificed for you. You're not the first daughter-in-law to suffer. That's why Mikhail's first wife left," Uncle Kolya said. "She couldn't take it anymore, always being told what to do, always being blamed." Anna listened quietly. She didn't expect this kind of honesty from Victor's family. "We never stepped in before," Zenaida admitted. "It felt like it was none of our business. But after what happened, we talked among ourselves. We decided something had to change. Victor is now completely under her control. She uses her health as an excuse to keep him close," she continued. "Says she's dying, but she's eating pies and watching TV. Just yesterday we went to see her," said Uncle Kolya. "She looked fine. But the moment we mentioned you or the idea of getting back together, she clutched her chest and started gasping." Total acting. Anna looked at them carefully. "Why are you telling me all this?" Zenaida and Kolya exchanged looks. "Because we see what's going on," Zenaida said, "and we care. Victor's a good guy, but he's stuck. If nothing changes, he'll lose you and himself. We tried talking to him," Uncle Kolya added. "We told him the truth. But he wouldn't listen. His mother is everything to him. That's why we're telling you." Anna gave a tired smile. "So, what do you want me to do? Give in again? Become Tamara's money machine?" "No," Zenaida said firmly. "You must fight. Fight for yourself. And for Victor. Because if you give up now, Tamara will win. And she'll ruin both your life and Victor's. She'll never let him go easily," Uncle Kolya nodded. "Be ready for a long and messy fight." Anna looked at these people, who suddenly felt like allies, and felt something rise inside her, strength. "Thank you," she said quietly. "Thank you for not judging me." "For what?" Uncle Kolya smiled. "For being the only one brave enough to stand up to my sister? I should have done that 20 years ago." After the meeting, Anna walked around the city, thinking. Victor called twice, but she didn't answer. She needed time to think, to breathe, to decide what came next. When she got home, something was waiting for her. An envelope on the kitchen table. Inside, divorce papers. Already signed by Victor. And a short note. "I'm sorry, but I can't go against my mother. She did too much for me." Anna stared at the papers. And then, strangely, she felt calm. No crying. No yelling. Just a clear, quiet understanding. This was the end of one story, and the beginning of another. She picked up the phone and called Victor. I got your papers, she said when he answered. Anna, his voice was hesitant. It was a hard decision. For you, maybe, she said calmly. Not for me. I'll sign everything tomorrow and send it back. You can keep the apartment. I'll transfer my part of the mortgage to you. Just let your mother know. She shouldn't expect to sell it and buy something better. With your salary, it'll be hard enough to pay as it is. Anna, stop, Victor snapped. This has nothing to do with Mom. Of course, Anna said dryly. It's never about her. She's always the victim, right? Poor, innocent Tamara and evil daughters-in-law. Goodbye, Victor. I hope you enjoy being the forever son. She hung up. She placed the divorce papers in her drawer. She'd sign them tomorrow. But tonight? Tonight she would relax. Pour herself a glass of wine. Turn on her favorite movie. And feel good about one thing. She no longer had to shrink herself or her wallet to keep someone else happy. 3 months passed. The divorce went through quietly, no drama. Anna gave Victor the apartment, just like she said. She rented a small studio close to her job and started over. Without Tamara's endless demands, her money situation improved fast. She even saved up for her first vacation in years. Marina gave her updates about Victor. Tamara moved in with him so he wouldn't be lonely. She still controlled everything. The mortgage was too much. Victor had to sell his car to keep up. Anna didn't feel smug. She actually felt sorry for him. But she knew he made his choice. Now he had to live with it.